Hello, back again for the Scottish Premiership. We're on to round 3 now, but first let's take a look back on what happened with the Week 2 results and see how me and Cavan Wright shape up in the Prediction League, Points League, whatever you want to call it, table there. So Hibernian take on Livingston. Hibernian with a 4-1 victory. Kevin Nisbet managing to get a hat-trick, the second hat-trick already, with Celtic getting a hat-trick on the first match day. And this time Kevin Nisbet getting a hat-trick for Hibernian. Also Christian Deutsch got on the score sheet for them as they destroyed Livingston. Lyndon Dietz got a penalty kick to salvage something out of the game for them. 18 to 12 shots for the Hibes, 8 to 3 on target too. Dundee United 1-0 winners against Motherwell. Mark Reynolds 52-minute goal. 18 to 11 shots, 4 to 3 on target. Ross County took on Hamilton and came out 1-0 winners. Billy Mackay 76 minutes goal. 10 to 9 shots and 6 to 4 on target. Rangers defeated St Mirren 3-0. Connor McCarthy kicked things off with an own goal. And then Alfredo Morales managed to get a brace. 28 to 4 shots and 12 to 2 on target. So complete domination for Rangers in that game there. And Kilmarnock and Celtic shared the points in a 1-1 draw. Ryan Christie scoring first for Celtic, but then came along an equaliser with Chris Burke in the 24th minute penalty kick. 17 to 6 shots and just the 2 on target for Celtic to 1. So pretty poor efforts at goal cost them on that particular match. And there was supposed to be a St Johnstone Aberdeen game, but that didn't take part as 2 players had to forced to be isolated because of the COVID situation that got into the Aberdeen squad, and then also 6 close contacts. So in total they got 8 players out of action, and they were lucky enough not to have to play that particular match, but it seems like they have to play the match that is coming up. Unless, of course, there's also talk about it being called off, as Bologonia from Celtic came from Spain recently and didn't follow a 2-week quarantine process. So the Scottish Government is looking at things there and might call off the football for a few weeks. So we have to wait and see if that does happen, as the time it stands hasn't exactly made a decision on that. So we just continue as normal. How I got on with the predictions, I did pretty fantastic, if I say so myself. Managed to get 4 correct out of 5, and including 3 correct scores. So I had Dundee United winning against Motherwell, had Ross County defeating Hamilton 1-0 exactly, had the 1-1 draw with Kilmarnock and Celtic, and they had the 3-0 victory for Rangers against St Mirren. So pretty impressive. I didn't see Hibernian defeating Livingston. I went for a draw on that particular fixture, however. But all in all, pretty good. And for Cavan Wright, he just managed to get the 2 correct with Hibernian defeating Livingston. He managed to see that one correctly, and he predicted Rangers to beat St Mirren there. But it doesn't really matter how many he managed to get correct. It all matters on the ones that's the biggest upset odds, if you're able to predict them to come through, just like I managed to do with Kilmarnock getting a draw against Celtic. Gave me 5 massive points, as it's based on the odds of the fixtures. So it was $5 for the draw at Celtic, huge favourites at $1.22. But since I backed the draw, that means if I'm correct, I get 5 points. If I predicted Celtic to win, you only stand to make 1.2 points in total. So if you add all my tallies up there, Got the $2.50 for the Wascanty win, $3.50 for the Dundee United. It was $1.12 for the Rangers, and also $5 for the Celtic Kilmarnock draw. So I managed to get 12.12 in total for this week to bring me all the way up to 17.63. For Cavan Wright, he got 2.75 and a 1.12. So 3.87 points this week. And including the first week's total of 1.36, he's up to 5.23. So trailing behind by quite some margin, but it's a long season, so anything can happen. But keep predicting, keep going for the best value odds for the matches as well too, to give you the best chance to try and climb up on the table. And anyone else that wants to get involved, feel free to do so. So here's the upcoming matches if they do take place. Dundee United against Hibernian. Head-to-head record since 2005 or so, using the fuzzballwetpoint.com website. So Dundee United with 12 wins, Hibernian with 11, and there's been 14 draws. Hibernian 3 wins and a draw in the past 4. Odds for this match: Dundee United 3.25, 3.25 for the draw, 2.24 Hibernian. Gonna go for Hibernian to make it 3 wins from 3. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. We got St Mirren against Celtic. 32 wins for Celtic, 3 wins for St Mirren, and 3 draws. Celtic winning the past 5, 13 wins and 2 draws in the past 15. $14 for St Mirren here, $6.50 for the draw, $1.17 for Celtic. Unlike the last match that Celtic played, I think they are going to bounce back here and get a 4-0 win. Next up, we have Motherwell against Livingston. 9 wins for Motherwell, 2 wins for Livingston, and 2 draws. Motherwell 3 wins and a draw in the past 5. 2.10 for Motherwell, 3.25 for the draw, 3.50 for Livingston. Gonna go for a boring 0-0 draw for this match here. We got Aberdeen against Hamilton, and this game will be taking place, assuming that any matches take place, if they make sense. So 20 wins for Aberdeen, 8 wins for Hamilton, and 4 draws. Aberdeen winning the past 3 matches. $1.60 for Aberdeen, $3.80 for the draw, $5.50 for Hamilton. So Aberdeen will be missing 8 first team key players for this match here, so you've got to fancy Hamilton to be able to take something out of this game. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And this match here wasn't on my normal TAB New Zealand websites, so I had to go digging and find on the Bet365, because I guess they weren't knowing what odds to give this particular match there, with the Aberdeen situation and the fact that another match got postponed, so they sort of stayed clear of this game. Can't really blame them. Next one is Wascanty against Kilmarnock. 11 wins for Wascanty, 10 wins for Kilmarnock, and 4 draws. Kilmarnock 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 matches. Wascanty 2.88, 3.10 for the draw, 2.40 for Kilmarnock. And I'm going to go for Wascanty to get a hat-trick of wins as well too. And I'm going to go for a 3-2 scoreline. And last up is Rangers against St Johnstone. 18 wins for Rangers, 5 wins for St Johnstone, and 5 draws. Rangers 4 wins and 2 draws in the past 6. They're big favourites here at $1.14. $6.50 for the draw, $15 for St Johnstone. And I'm going to go for the heavy favourites here. I'm going to go for Rangers to also make a hat-trick of wins with a 3-1 victory. So feel free to get involved, put your own thoughts, predictions down below. Remember, if you back St Johnstone or back St Mirren, those are some heavy points that you could pick up if you are correct. 15 points for St Johnstone, 14 points for St Mirren. Or you could play the safe route there and just get over a point. so it should make for an interesting prediction league season. Just the fact that it's a 12-point gap at the moment doesn't seem as significant once you can just pick up these points in just one-off games. So anything's possible. Should be another quaker week of matches, assuming they do go ahead. Hopefully they do. Otherwise this video is kind of a bit of a waste, isn't it? But they will be played some point in the future. Until then, thumbs up and subscribe.